Well, hello everyone at home. This is the first live stream of the PGA EuroPro Tour ever, so welcome. We're here at Harleyford Golf Club. This is the final round, of course. We're on to the second half of that. I'll show you the leaderboard in a minute. A lot of you may not realise this is actually the home club of Tyrrell Hatton. This development tour is actually the leading development tour in the world, so a lot of you may not realise that he actually once played on this tour. Now, I realised that he was a member of this club because I parked in his parking spot. But I'm sure he's not here today, so we won't be able to revisit that. But anyway, let's take a look at that leaderboard as it stands at the minute. I'll show you on the screens now. That's things as it stands, but we're going to be following this final group today, so we'll head to that in a minute. So see you shortly.
Right, okay, that was Will Ennifer. Now I've decided to jump in with Gabby. Here, Gabby, what have you made of this so far today?
I mean, it's been a great day so far. The sun's out, you can't really complain, can you? And now I've got myself a chauffeur.
You certainly can't. I'll tell you drive, Gabby. I'm going to jump on the back.
You jump in the back there.
Oh, there you go. Look, I'll tell you what, I'll jump around. Let's head up to the 11th here, and it's been quite exciting today, hasn't it? But it looks like James Allen opened up a bit of a lead at the top.
He has done. Overnight leader, of course, and he seems to be, the pressure's not getting to him. A lot of them were saying this morning, actually, they like to be the ones that chase, but it doesn't seem to be the case for James Allen, does it?
There's a big story about Will Ennifer as well last year. He just missed out on that Challenge Tour card spot, didn't he? He's not really let it get to him, has he? He's come out firing this week.
Great start, and he's also just signed with Trinidad Golf as well. He said that's it's only been a few days since that obviously partnership, but he's already expressing the kind of like team element and stuff behind that. And
there we go, good stuff indeed. Let's watch this, shall we? This is James Allen here, isn't it? This is our leader here. 15 under par at the minute. Will Ennifer currently 10 under. Jones 11 under. It's looking like, unless there's a late surge for somebody, we're going to have our winner coming through this group, aren't we? Sorry, not on 11, on 10, aren't we? Of course, I was getting a bit muddled up there. Yeah. Elevated green here. A lot of runoff, isn't it? A lot of danger going back. And of course there's a cameraman stood right there too, so you don't want to be knocking him, do you?
he's confident.
Good eyes on it. The line looks fantastic, doesn't it? Straight onto the deck, rolls a bit off to the left, but a lovely shot. I think I would be happy with that, Gabby, but I mean, no emotion from him, is there?
No emotion. Oh, he actually shakes his head there. He feels he could do better.
And I'm hearing a sigh of disappointment as well. Let's make our way up to the green, shall we, and have a little look at where that came to rest. It can be a bit deceiving down here, can't it? Because we are live across social media as well. Hello, welcome, wherever you're watching from. In fact, do comment, do tell us. We can see the comments as well. If you want to have your say, please do get a message of support in for the players, or you want to ask us a question. If you do comment, we can put it on screen as well for the world to see too. So we'd love to hear from you. Do drop us a comment, and if you want to find out more about EuroPro, you can. There is a link in the body of this broadcast to take you straight through to the EuroPro website. Just give it a click, and you can find out all the information you would like to see.
Be kind, guys. We're sensitive souls, all right? Comments on the golf only.
Comments on the golf only. That's why. Well, Gabby, you belong in front of the camera. That's why I normally go behind it. Benjamin Jones here, currently 11 under. Oh, lovely chip. Go on, go on. Oh!
Wish that flag was out, didn't I?
I'll tell you something, actually, yesterday, Gabby, we were at 18 and we caught the most beautiful chip in. Oh, it was absolutely scintillating. I think we're going to see some wonderful golf this afternoon, aren't we?
Maybe you're good luck. You just appear where the good shots are.
Doesn't often happen. So that was a birdie for Jones, so he now moves within 3 of the lead. So Benjamin Jones goes to 12.
It's creeping up, isn't he?
Do you know what? About half hour ago I thought it was a done deal, but it's changed, hasn't it? Here is Will Enifer. It's a long putt. Goes up and downhill. It's a very tricky putt indeed. The fear is of it running off the back. Although if Enifer can chip anything like Jones, then he won't have too much of an issue. Got to be aggressive to start. Off it goes. Over the crest. Line is great. Could have just had half a Weetabix more for his breakfast this morning, Gabby, and it might have knocked in.
I've got all the faith in Enifer. We're having a chat before this tournament, and he was saying how in the off season he went to Italy and he was playing competitive golf, and his clubs didn't arrive, nor his trainers, his golf shoes. So he had to borrow some of the club clubs, and he was using the 4-iron, and the head fell off. He said he was doing all right still. So
you hear that story quite a lot, actually, don't you?
The head falling off.
Missing it. Yeah. Yeah.
Won't mention the brand. Get ourselves in trouble.
It wasn't one out of a particular supermarket, was it? Or
Plastic clubs.
So here is our leader, James Allen. Go on, make it. Oh, it's just push left, doesn't it? I was actually going to say, Gabby, for mere mortals like, well, I don't say yourself, but you did tell me what handicap you are yesterday. Breaking heads isn't really a problem, but for these players, at the club head speed that they get, it's no surprise, is it, really, that they need good quality stuff.
Lots of players were mentioning how firm the greens were, actually.
Yeah. I noticed at 18 yesterday there was a lot of rollout. Good stuff. That was Will Enifer there. So let's make our way down to 11, shall we? So whilst we do that, we'll just pop that leaderboard up on the screen, actually, shall we, and see how things are looking. There has been a bit of change at this hole as well. That was a birdie putt for Will Enifer too, so he's managed to pull one back as well. So Jones and Enifer just starting to put a little bit of pressure there on Jones. Sorry, Alan. Let's head down, shall we? Let's go. Is it A-N? Let's make our way down to 11 here. Should we sit back, relax, and enjoy these tee shots here?
Absolutely. You've got your facts 50 on.
It is.
10.
Right, I've just spotted Kit on the course. He's about to do his walk and talk. He's just started over there. So if we hurry on this way, we'll try and catch him to hear a bit of what he has to say. He's with Ben Jones. And then we'll get a little short recap with him after, just to see. We're on the 11th hole at the minute. It's 12 under par as he's teed off. It's a good viewpoint here, as you can see. Got some pace on us now, trying to catch up with Kit and probably miss what he's going to say. But this is the beauty of something like golf, because you're able to cut in and be so close to the players and get their insight on things. What other sport can you do that? Probably catch the end of this chat, but it's better than nothing, is it? Ah. Do you know what? I came to have a little chat with you.
That's good timing.
I tried to
good
hear
timing.
what Ben Jones had to say, but you
Yeah.
can give us that recap now, can't you? Kit on the courses is, he's got his factor 50 on because he's a bit allergic to the sun, this one.
It's factor 60 to be
Oh,
fair.
factor 60.
I burned badly.
That's unheard of.
It's been a really good start. James Allen started with a one-shot lead, got out of the blocks really quickly, couple of birdies in the first 4 holes, actually opened up a 5-shot advantage at one point. He's kind of cooled off a little bit though, just going along making some pars, and it's Ben Jones, who I've just spoken to, who's the man pursuing him. 2 birdies in his last 3 holes, nearly the chip in for eagle there. We've already seen someone chip in from a very similar position. I think that was Tom Plum, so it was definitely one that was makeable, a great effort. He's now within a couple of shots, so James Allen still the man in charge, but funny things happen in final rounds, so it's going to be interesting to see where it goes from here. I think James Allen just needs to calm down, find a few fairways, missed a couple to the left through that middle section of the round, but yeah, he's the man to catch at the moment.
Okay, what was Ben Jones just saying then to you? Is it a little bit secret?
Well, no, I asked him if he fancied the look of the chip in, and he said it was in a nice position, and he'd actually been struggling with his chip in the early part of the round. He'd left himself a couple of really smelly ones, downhill, off of downhill lies, onto quick greens. So he liked that one more. That one was definitely more makeable. A good miss, bearing in mind that was his second shot on a par 5. And he's saying patience has been key. You know, a little bit of a slow start, 1 over par midway through the front 9, but patience so important. It is quite a blustery day, even though it looks lovely. You are going to miss greens. He stayed patient and picked up those couple of birdies around the turn to get himself moving in the right direction. Well in contention in this tournament going into the back 9.
Okay, James Allen, who had a bit of a lead, didn't he, when he obviously overnight leader, a bit of a gap at the top. Do you think they like to chase or be chased, or how do you think they like to play it out as a player? Because I know you're not a pro, but you're closer.
It's so interesting. I think it differs from player to player. Some guys, no doubt, love to be in the lead. And let's be honest, if you can have a lead, why not? It's the better place to be. But also there's that pressure, especially when it's coming in overnight to a final round. Everyone's got the target on your back. The questions are coming your way. You're almost expected to go out there and get the job done. Some players are definitely more comfortable chasing. That being said, everyone wants to finish at the top, so the more shots under par, the closer you can get yourself to that, the better. And that 1-shot lead did mean that James Allen, couple under par early, suddenly he's in a very comfortable position, and he's allowed himself to have that slight lull through the middle of the round and still be leading now going into the back 9, because he also had that cushion overnight.
Okay, well, it's lovely to be listening to you, Kit, on the course, but I think we want to follow this
wanna
action
catch
over
up?
there, don't we? Better get my roller skates on. Come on, over here. Cheers, Kit.
Fantastic stuff. Okay, leaderboard on screen. Leaderboard on screen. Great insight there, Gabby, from Kit. It's always good to hear, isn't it? But I just wonder what's going through the players' minds at the minute. Certainly James Allen, he's got that lead. He'll be aware, of course. We've got the score following him around. He's got all the cameras following him around. It's got to be quite difficult, hasn't it?
Absolutely. Well, a lot of players, I think they tend to enjoy the limelight of the cameras. They say it makes them play better. But sometimes I think when you do have that bit of gap at the top, there is a little bit more pressure on you, isn't there? But James, there he is. He's got his girlfriend, you can see on the right-hand side of his back, but she's always there to support him. She actually plays golf herself. So it'd be great to catch a little chat with her. She'll probably know how he's feeling in this moment.
I've just been heard Benjamin Jones 89 yards in there, and look at where that pin is cut, well off to the right. Look, that's almost cruel, isn't it? I think if you've got to play it left there, and it looks like they have done too. So should we go find? Let's follow Ben Jones, shall we? He's got 89 in.
Poor pin, but we like a bit of challenge in the EuroPro Tour, don't we?
Well, I tell you something, Gabby. I don't like it when pros start complaining that golf courses are too hard. I'm like, you're a professional.
You can't win. You can't win.
It should be hard, shouldn't it?
Absolutely. I always say when people are like, it's a hard golf course. I think any golf course is hard to do.
Good, here we go. Benjamin Jones here. Caught a nice tip. Oh, that was a bit of an unfortunate bounce. I'm very impressed with Harleyford. I really am, Gabby.
What do you like about it? What don't you like about it?
Well,
if there's anything.
I love the setting. I love the fact it's quite close to me as well. It's only about 12 miles away.
Oh, is it?
So I could have a lane
You
this
fancy
morning.
Nancy in Milo, are you?
I'm not in Marlow. No, I'm in
miles
Bracknell.
away. Oh, okay.
So fancy is not not a word that Gibby used to describe me. But there's a lot of nice places around.
There
So,
are, aren't they?
I like a course like this. It's very picturesque, which is one thing. I probably wouldn't like the undulations whilst playing, but I did look at certainly some of the holes. I think 4 is a particularly inviting tee shot, and I do like a nice wide open fairway.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know that when it goes well off to the right or left, it could go either way, that I'm
Losing
probably going to
some
find it. Let's go out and follow the action, shall we?
hello, look what I found. It's amazing what you find on the golf course. Beautiful Gabby here, who's actually the girlfriend of James Allen, who's leading. You actually follow your boyfriend quite closely a lot of the time, don't you? You've been on the bag for him in the past, but you must be pleased with how he's getting on.
Yeah, no, really well. He had a great start and, you know, the other two sort of dropped a couple, so he's in a really good position and hope he continues to play better.
He's playing pretty good, Chris, you know.
Yeah, no, it's a little bit slow, but, you know, hoping he picks a few more on the way in and finishes it off.
How comes you've decided not to go on the bag from this time round then, Gabs?
I quite enjoy watching. I feel like I don't want to sort of get in the way, and I'm happy watching from the sidelines.
Okay. Well, let's go carry on. Let's get closer then. Let's get closer to the action. What do you play off, Gab?
4.
4. Okay. So this lady knows what she's doing. She plays off 4. She's given me a few tips as I go around the course as well. That's what I like to do because I'm very much a beginner. Where's your home club? Where do you tend to play?
Same as James, Chelmsford.
Oh, okay. Is that how you met?
We did.
Oh, there we go. Got a little dating channel we on. We did a feature once with Gabby and James, and it was Mr. and Mrs. We found out you didn't know a lot about each other.
No, that went really badly actually.
But you do know about each other's golf, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever played competitive golf against each other?
Not so much actually, because when he's not competing, he sort of prefers to be away from the golf course. So, yeah, not too much really, but the odd social round.
Okay. Do you watch a little golf at home together?
Yeah, no, I enjoy watching both of the ladies and the men's.
Yeah.
Keeping up to date.
It's a good way. As a couple, you can go on holiday together and play golf.
Yeah. Get some sun.
Right. Here we are. We're on the sidelines as you wanted to be. Not on the bag.
Great stuff there, Gary. We can actually show everybody this par 3 here, the 12th here at Harleyford. Got a little flyover to play, so whilst we just wait for the group ahead to clear the green, let's play the flyover. Roll VT. At the 12th. Good stuff indeed. And now we wait for the tee shots. I wish I could hit the ball like that, Gabby.
Gives you the itch and makes you want to play every time you see a pro swing a golf club, doesn't it?
The problem is it makes me think I can play like that. That's the problem.
Good. Since it's about inspiring the next generation. Don't know if we're the next generation, but
It's very daunting, the 12th here, isn't it? With that quarry at the back.
pretty daunting for the quarry at the back. Hope they got their hard hats
It's
on.
alright, it'll be alright, we're not playing.
I'd be pretty pleased with that, would you?
Signature hole this here at Harleyford, the 12th. You can see why, can't you?
Nice bit of history in the background. Can you name me that building in the background?
Oh, I can't believe you've done that to me. Do you know?
A chapel. That's where this couple are going to get married.
You know, I've noticed for the last few holes, pin cut to the right again. It seems to be a bit of a theme here, doesn't it? It really does. It looks like it's okay on the back. We just heard the shout there. I tell you what, Gabby, we actually, I believe you guys spoke to Dermot McElroy yesterday, didn't you?
It was actually
right?
Kit who spoke to Dermot
Kit.
McElroy. Yes, I spoke to Will Ennifer just in this group here. But Dermot, he's been around a while. You know, he's been up there close to positions, obviously, in getting your card. But we spoke to some of them how close they were to getting their Challenge Tour card, and how their mindset changes and how they can pick themselves back up and come into this year and be strong. But Will Ennifer's obviously a perfect example of that. Started strong this week, and it's just about going again, and the aim really is to finish in the top 5, isn't it?
Well, I've got some good news for you, actually, because we can actually hear that interview with Dermot now. So let's roll VT whilst we make our way down to the green here at 12.
Dermot, let's have a little look back on last season. A good one overall for you, 7th in the order of merit. How do you assess what you achieved in 2021?
Yeah, it was a really good season, good positive season for myself. Again, you're coming off COVID, you don't really know, sort of where your game is, but no, I started off really well. My first tournament was actually a Challenge Tour event. I finished top 5 there, and then I was on to the EuroPro now, for most of the season. I think I was looking for my stats there last year. I only had 3 rounds over par before the Tour Championship, which was 3 1-overs before. So it was a good, solid, consistent season. But no, it was a good, positive season, and hopefully bring good form into this one.
That way?
Yeah, just go there.
Good? Yeah.
With another bucket.
Yeah.
And then you face that way.
Just here?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Will Ennifer. I didn't realise how steep it was. Actually, I had to jump off the back of the buggy, didn't I? I thought I might roll down.
You wanted to get your steps in, didn't you, today? You were telling me that you wanted to get 20k a day. Seeing as you're not playing golf, you've got to walk around.
That's very true, yeah. I asked for that. It's going to be well short, isn't it? Oh no, look at that.
Oh dear.
That's what I mean, the greens can be very unpredictable, and that is going to be a very difficult putt for par for Ben Jones. It's nice to see a good crowd as well again, isn't it? After, of course, COVID for a while, it's only going to get busier and busier as we get further into the back 9.
Absolutely, opening event of the season. They've picked themselves a good spot here for the final group. They've got a bit of suntans up there too, right on the hill.
One or two enjoying a Friday afternoon.
Got their chairs
Shall
out.
we say pina colada? I don't think it's on the menu actually.
Is that a golfer's drink?
Jennifer went left, pushed it. Pace was good, just slightly offline, but that should be fairly simple to tuck away there. Here we are with Kip.
This is quite tricky, this, for James Allen. He's put it straight over the top of the flagstick off the tee. He's probably only 15 feet from the pin, but it's not a great lie. And it's coming over a little burnt patch of apron, so it could chuck it all over the place. It could bobble on him. Not really the reward you would expect from such a good tee shot, but those are the margins around here, especially with these tucked pins. Yeah, I mean, you could have chipped it, but it's an iffy lie. You're landing on a down slope.
Saw what happened, didn't we, to Ben Jones with his ball just rolling away. That's a very good effort, isn't it? Now we're going to see Ben Jones has got to a tricky part for par here.
Yeah, it's a really long way uphill. That's the interesting thing. Early in the season, the greens like this, the difference between the up and the downhill almost seems to be exaggerated from when you're right into the meat of the season and the greens are really running at their best. I mean, these putting surfaces are superb this week. The best I've seen around the country this time of the year, really. But this is going to be slow. It's all about whether he can get it there. It's a big one for the momentum, though. He recovered from that iffy start. Nice cut. Yeah, I mean, you never say never, but it's looking like it's going to be one of this final three ball at the moment. No one in the penultimate group or further back has really come at these guys.
Oh.
Well, he was about that close to birdie on the previous hole. That one has just burnt the edge as well. So drop shot for Ben Jones. So that's another little bit of extra breathing room for James Allen.
So there we go, not the hole that Ben Jones was looking for there, really drops a shot back. Could that prove costly? James Allen now 4 out in the lead by himself, really. We do have another camera up at 18, actually. I'm not too sure if we've got anything on there at the minute, but why don't we have a little look at the scenery that's happening at 18 whilst we make our way over to the 13th tee box.
I'm just going to zoom.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to stay here at 13 whilst we watch this group tee off. 4 shot lead at the minute for James Allen on 13. Can he close this one out? Will Enifer, as you can see, about to tee it up though. He stood on the tee box now. There's James Allen on the tee as well. I didn't realise he's a left-hander actually, yeah. What I've been looking at for the last 15-20 minutes. But it's gone onto the ridge off to the right, hasn't it? I think it might have gone onto a flat bit, a bit lucky there. You don't really want to have to hit it on an angle. I think he might actually get away with that. Here is Benjamin Jones on the tee now. Hillboy wanted to make up for that drop shot at 12. I don't know about you, Gabby, but when I go onto any hole bar a par 3, it's driver all the way, there's no messing.
Oh yeah, any day of the week. He's right-handed, by the way.
For left. That's right, isn't it?
I was a driver off the deck. I go all round with the driver, putt with the driver.
I think you might have yeah. It's got the biggest club face, isn't it? So it's obviously easiest to hit. Right, Gabby, should we make our way up the fairway? Whilst we do that, we can actually have a closer look at the 13th hole as well. We've got a little flyover to play for you now, so we'll play that whilst we make our way up the 13th fairway.
About here? Yeah, that's about round here.
Right, here we are, 13th fairway. Ben Jones 11 under, Will Oliver 11 under. James Allen 15. Gabby, I'm certainly getting my steps in now.
I'm being lazy and driving the buggy and leaving you to walk.
What a glorious day it is, but it's certainly the best day today, isn't it? I think, was it Wednesday? It was quite windy, was it? I was hearing.
It is, even a little bit this morning though. The wind's a bit, the sun's a bit deceiving because you think it's a bit hot and you dress for the weather, and then next thing you know, I should have tied my hair up. I mean, you've got a bit of volume on your hair, don't we, today?
That's why I didn't tie mine up on purpose.
Oh, right.
The old L'Oreal advert. Other shampoo brands are available, of course.
Maybe after this live stream, you never know what might hit you.
More likely to get hit by a rock than some
Oh,
advertising opportunity with some shampoos.
We've really comment now if you want.
Well, in all honesty, if you do want to comment, please do comment. Of course, be nice to us. We, you know, as Gabby mentioned before, we are sensitive souls. But we can see your comments, and we will put them on the screen as well. So have your say. Here is James Allen, your leader by 4 here at 13. Oh, look at that.
And that's just what leaders do, isn't it, Ian?
You know, he's actually come out of the last couple of holes quite well, hasn't he? Ben Jones dropped a shot at the last, so to take him, give him that 4-shot lead, and he's just really put pressure on. We are starting to get to the closing stages. Will and Ben have got to do something now, haven't they? Really. Otherwise you get to the point where you have to rely on another player making a mistake. You don't really want to take it out of your hands, and at the minute it is slipping away from Will Enifer and Ben Jones at the minute. And by the way, have you seen the trophy? Gabby, have you seen the trophy here for the
I
Cubefunder
actually haven't
Shootout?
seen the trophy yet. Obviously it's so precious they've hidden it from me.
It's bigger than me, which is not difficult, but it's huge.
It won't be bigger than me then.
It is absolutely huge. Good stuff, beautiful high arc there. And I think we've had some pretty good shots there. I certainly think James will be very happy with his effort there, indeed. Whilst we make our way up, let's just pop that live leaderboard onto the screen for you so we can have a little look how things are panning out across, not just with the top 3 as well, just have a little look, see if anybody's coming through. Talking to Kit, it doesn't sound like anybody's really going to be making a move, so it looks like our winner is going to come from one of these. Now, if there is a tie at the top, once we finish up at 18, there will of course be a playoff. It's not looking that way at the minute. And I spoke to Peter a little bit earlier actually from Harleyford Golf Club. We'll hear from him a little bit later, not just yet. I asked for his prediction. He said 17 will get the job done today. And it could well be the case, couldn't it?
Absolutely. Peter knows more than anyone else, doesn't he?
And look at that, by the way,
Wow.
when the camera gets there. I don't know if we can get the camera on that ball as soon as you get into position, Leon, but that is absolutely, that was James Allen as well, wasn't it? At any point, if you want to find out more about the PGA EuroPro Tour, you can. There is a link in the body of this broadcast. It will take you straight through to the EuroPro Tour's website. Give it a click, find out all the information you need. We'll head to Telford next. And we're just waiting actually for the group ahead to tee off on 14, so we'll let them do that. But we can probably catch the tee shots for you as well. I wasn't paying attention, Gabby. I was wondering what the pause was, and then I looked over.
You saw. This is Ash Mansell stepping up on the tee here.
Ash Mansell yesterday 10 under par, 62, absolutely incredible.
I asked him, I was like, oh, not a bad round for you then. He was like, yeah, that's all right. I was thinking, very modest of you, Ash. We actually did a feature last season and we had to abseil off a cliff, both Ash and I. I'd say it's made him into a better player.
Was it a race?
I definitely lost. I made him go first, tested out the ropes.
You had to abseil off a cliff. How high was the cliff?
It was high. I will show you some imagery of that after. We should have actually put a VT on there for you lot to see.
I'm sure we can share it across EuroPro socials, yeah.
I actually cried on camera.
Right, so we're going to come back to 13 here now. It's baking hot in the sun.
Because you got your jacket on, you're wearing black. You need a white jacket to reflect it, don't you? Come on. I can hardly talk.
Here is Benjamin Jones. Can he do something here? Start to make a move, put some pressure on James Allen. He was always pushing right, wasn't it? It's one of those games, golf, is that you, as soon as you hit the ball, you know, don't you? You know.
There we are. Your prayers have been answered. The sun has gone in.
Maybe I do have the Midas touch. I'm going to say Will's going to get this in. Watch this. Giving him my power. My power of luck.
If only you could give it to yourself.
So if this goes in, you're never going to... Gabby, I'm on the course with you. It's the luckiest person in the
Oh,
world.
you're smooth, aren't you?
If this goes in, you're never going to hear the end of me. It's short, so unfortunately my good luck lasted less than a hole.
He wasn't too happy with himself. He's rubbing his eyes. Knew he could do better on that one.
They needed to take advantage here because I think James Allen is going to take advantage.
It always baffles me how casual and relaxed they look on such pressured moments, doesn't it? I was actually speaking to one of the pros and I said, how much of the game is mental? And they said, when you are at our level, 80% is mental, 20% is obviously skill.
They can all hit a ball, can't they?
Yeah.
They can all do that. That be the moment that just slips away from Ben Jones. There's still time, it's not over yet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll do a little chat.
Yeah.
So we've got these two gents here. Don't be shy. Come on, we're talking to you as well. They've come to spectate the event. Front row seats you've got yourselves here. You've got your binoculars in your around your neck too.
It's not what it used to be, so I need them for some of the holes. Yeah.
Double vision. Who have you come here to see today?
We've just come generally for a trip out.
Oh,
I had a
lovely.
knee replacement 2 weeks ago, so it's a bit of rehab. We both play in Leicestershire, but we thought we'd come and watch these young lads play and see how it's done.
Well, you've got
And it's a lovely golf course.
you've got the place to yourself here, haven't you?
Yeah.
I know, fantastic.
As you say, front row
fantastic.
seats,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've not had to pay for them.
Oh,
We didn't win
brilliant!
the
Everyone loves a
lottery.
bit of a freebie, don't
Yeah,
they?
Absolutely, yeah.
You say you've come on a trip. You look like you've got some
Yes.
tents here or
We've
something
got
as well.
tents, yeah, yeah, we
Just
stayed
tents, yeah.
overnight. yeah.
Okay, well, I don't want to deprive you from any action, so we're going to head over now to 14 and watch them tee off. Thank you, gents.
Thank you. All right. You'll be editing that out.
Absolutely not.
I bet you will. I shall watch Sky Sport every week now, just to see if it's on.
Great stuff there, Gabby. That's what we like to see. We like to see the spectators, don't we, Gabby? It's always nice.
They're keen golfers, isn't it? Looking to get some free tips, really. Free tickets, free tips.
Of course it is. If you are in the Milo area, why not come down this afternoon? It's,
Absolutely.
there's still quite a bit of play left to go, so come on down. It's a lovely clubhouse here.
They chose the right day for it as well, haven't they? They've got the shorts on.
They certainly have. So here we are at the 14th tee box. We're just waiting, and there we go. We've got the signal. So here at 14, it is time to get underway. Left-hander, James Allen, about to tee off. Took me a while to realise he was left-handed, to Gabby's great delight. Nice open on the left, isn't it? Trees on the right, don't go right and you'll be fine here, really. Must admit, I don't have eyes on it. I'll look for the bounce. Don't see thumbs up from anyone. But here is Will Ennifer now. It's like he's going for a long iron here. Sweeps round to the left, doesn't it? Driver, so there'd be off the back of those trees there, I think. Me, be to the front of this fairway. Driver, will take long. Talking of Weetabix, which are of course nothing to do with EuroPro, we must say a big thank you to the sponsors of the EuroPro Tour, though. Of course, it's the Cubefunder Shootout. Big thank you to Trinifold Sports, Cobra, of course the Professional Golfers Association, you check out all the partners for the EuroPro on the website. There is a link in the body of this broadcast. Give it a click and it'll take you straight through to the EuroPro Tours website. Then you get past results, the schedule list for the season. Off to Telford next. Good stuff. So the players are going to make their way down the 14th fairway. Whilst they do, we can have a closer look at this hole as well. I'm delighted to say we've got a little bit of drone footage of flyover to show you as well. So whilst we do that, let's roll the 14th hole flyover VT.
Where we?
Clear.
Oh, okay.
Let's start talking, should we? 14 now. Whilst we do that, we can have a little look at how the 18th is looking right now. We do have a camera rigged up there too, so let's just take a little look at how 18 is currently looking and see if there's any players up there. I'd like to say we've got Peter from Harleyford as well. Peter, great to see you, buddy.
This is a bit of a smelly one, as you can see. Might go with 1 foot in or try and get that.
The master at work, Gabby, isn't it? We're back from 18 now. Here we're back at 14th. James Allen's found the sand here, and Kit doing a fine job, isn't he? As always, he knows his stuff, doesn't he?
He's like a man in the wildlife. You know, one of them documentaries. He's just always there.
He's David Attenborough of golf.
Oh, he knows it all. Everything. Can never beat him in an argument, that one. He's always right, annoyingly.
Well, we'll give everybody a score update after here. Ben Jones is now 10 under. He's just dropped a couple of shots in the last 2 holes. Will Lennifer at 11. James Allen now 16. His lead goes to 5. We're going to have a little bit of a gap here. Actually, the group ahead are just on the green, as you can see, at 14. So we're just going to wait for them to hole out. What if you wanted to have a little? Do you want to have a little chat with James? See if he's up for a quick word.
Could do, yeah. Why not?
Green's clear. Actually, we better let James crack on, hadn't we? He's got a difficult shot here, though, on the upslope out of the bunker. You need to get some loft on it, but of course that's going to take distance away. Is a bit of a disadvantage here as well. He's going to have to try and find a firm footing. I think he'd rather be feet in the sand here. Rightly so, taking his time. He's got a 5-shot lead, but can be whittled away quite quickly, can't it? I wonder what's going through his mind here. It'd be panic if it was me, I think.
If it was you, it'd be panic, but he's looking pretty casual to me, as we haven't followed him the last 5 hours. He's looking pretty relaxed. I think that's the way to be. Him and his girlfriend like a holiday, so he'll be enjoying his time on the sand.
I tell you what, it's a great shot because how close it was on the upslope. You can't get it far, you just got to get it out, and he's done that.
Like I said earlier, it's amazing what you spot when you're on the golf course. You see on the 14th here, man of the moment. The man behind the tool, really, Dan Gooding.
Hello, Gabs.
Hello there.
I'm sort of skulking around the golf course.
Skulking, never. You've got your shades on. It's a brilliant day out there.
I just saw James Allen. I mean, he needs a caddy because there's no one to wreck that bunker for him.
His girlfriend's the caddy right now. She told me. We had a little chat earlier. She said she's not on the bag for him today, but look, she's doing her bit.
He's doing a good job. She's doing a good job. But James is playing amazing golf right now. It's the golf course is stunning, absolutely stunning. Will is slightly off to one side. James has got to play in it. This is a tough shot, Gabs. A really tough shot from here.
He did well to get out of that bunker.
I hardly anywhere to land it, but the wind is coming across him, so hopefully it will help him a little bit. But just let Will play quickly. It's a funny old hole because it's an easy par 4, and it's a really short par 4. And if you play it sensibly, it's actually quite a simple hole. But these guys go for the green, and going for the green puts you in a bit of trouble. So suddenly he's got a really tough shot. He's playing it well. Has he though? There you go. Look, that's going to roll off.
Just like you said.
So, you know, he's 20 feet off the green and suddenly he's missed the green. So it's amazing how a short hole can make these guys look quite silly, really. Let's just watch James chip in. This is a tough shot as well. This ball could run off the side of the green. The wind's coming across, so it could run off quite easily. He needs to be really careful. Make sure he lands it well left of the hole. There it goes. It should spin in a little bit. No, it's going to be long. So there you go, Gabs. On a really short par 4, he's left himself 25 foot for birdie. I mean, it's crazy. I want it for par even. It's crazy.
Well, Dan, you've seen a lot of these courses, obviously, in and out. You've been on the tour for a while.
I know. Tell me about it.
You don't look like you have. You've got your shades on there.
I've aged with it well. I have to wear these glasses to make sure you don't see the bags under my eyes.
So you can see, because it's a rather sunny day here. The wind's a bit tricky, though, isn't it, out here today?
It is tricky. It started to blow. And it was pretty blowy this morning, but it sort of calmed down, didn't it? About midday, and then suddenly it started up again. But now it's really, really blustery. And these last 5-6 holes, really simple golf holes, really simple holes, but you can really mess them up. And if your ball is out of line, then suddenly you know, you can end up with a run of bogeys here that you really shouldn't be having. So it's interesting to watch these guys. And I think amateurs, this is the point I think that amateurs can learn. Because an amateur can come out here and see, I normally drop 5-6 shots on these holes all the time, day in, day out. And yet these guys, you know, tend to get themselves in trouble, get themselves out of trouble, and it's quite an interesting sort of education really for the amateur to watch these guys. So yeah.
I mean, we're learning.
I'm learning all the time, Gab. Look at this amazing bird up there. Look. Incredible. The wildlife here is stunning. Absolutely stunning.
You've got your bird watching binoculars on you?
Always with me. I'll see you later.
I'll see you later. Thank you for your insight. We're going to go and take a look on the green over there.
Good stuff there. That was Dan Gooding, CEO of the PGA EuroPro Tour there, catching up with Gabby. We're just going to make our way down to the 14th green here. At the minute, it is James Allen. He's in control of this. He's got a 5-shot lead. Can he convert and win what has got to be the largest trophy in golf? This green is absolutely pure, isn't it? It is scintillating. What a beautiful course Harleyford Golf Club is. So we're on the 14th green now. So here we are, looking at the 14th green. It looks like it's going to be James Allen to go next. And he's going to start off downhill a little bit. So again, a tricky putt, fairly flat surface. James Allen here, 16 under par for the tournament so far. This is the third and final round. And it's not a bad effort though, you should be able to pop that one away. Here is Benjamin Jones, currently 10 under par. Oh no. Oh no, he'll be devastated with that. Oh Gabby, no.
Oh dear, we hear some huffs and puffs with the surrounding crowd around us.
That's letting James Allen off the hook a bit there. Right, we move to 15 and it's still James Allen in control. We're starting to get to the closing stages now. It's just about keeping your head now, I'd have thought, Gabby.
Yeah, absolutely. You had some mention a few holes ago of a playoff. I don't see that happening right about now, do you?
No, I don't, which is probably good for the players. It's not good for a broadcaster side of it, because it's wonderful doing a playoff, it really is.
Yeah, it's excitement.
So Will Anifer's not out of this yet. I think that could be Ben Jones's last chance there. That missed putt could prove fatal to his chances, but he's had a spectacular week regardless of what happens here. So it is Ben Jones 10 under, Will Anifer 11. Just confirmation that James Allen did drop a shot there, so he's got a 4-shot lead on 15. This is Will Anifer on the tee. Say, we've had a few people commenting. One person particularly commenting about the pace of play, saying it is agonisingly slow. But I think we do have to remember that these players are playing for, it's their job, it's their career at the end of the day. And it's £12,500 to the winner today. It matters, isn't it? It's not just a casual game on a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
There's a lot on the line.
Absolutely, and on a tour like this, it's obviously a development tour, and leading development tours in the world. But most of the time, when you're not winning, you're probably losing money, the accommodation, flights, travel costs. So actually, like you said, there is a lot on the line.
So I do sort of often think with pace of play, certainly even on sort of PGA Tour level, a lot of people complain about it, but at the end of the day, it's a job, isn't it? If you're working construction, it takes 6 months to build a house. It takes 6 months to build a house. So, if to get the job done, to get paid,
It doesn't take 6 months to complete this round. In this sunshine, though, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, well, it is a lovely day to be out on a course, and it's not actually, I don't think it's that slow today either.
No, it's quicker than yesterday.
If you do want to have your say, do. We can see those comments. Tell us what you think about the pace of play. We don't think it's too bad. Tell us where you're watching from as well, Leaderboard. We can see the comments. We'll pop them on the screen as well. Have your say. Show the world your support for these players. We'd love to hear from you. We're going to make our way up the 15th now. Whilst we do that, we can get you a closer look at the 15th hole with a little flyover. Let's roll the VT. So welcome back. We're just alongside James Allen there. Ben Jones just ahead, well in for up and off to the left. Whilst we're making our way up a little bit further, let's pop up that live leaderboard so you can see for yourself how things are going on at the minute. It's still James Allen. He's in controls. We're starting to get to the closing stages here. We're halfway up the 15th at Harleyford Golf Club. As we said a couple of times, if you want to have your comments shown on screen, the best place to do that actually is head over to the EuroPro YouTube channel. There is also a link to that in the body of this broadcast. Give it a click, watch on YouTube, share away, take the link, send it to your friends, get them watching. Comment as well. We can put your comments on the screen. Of course, make them nice as well. Show messages of support. Let us know where in the world you're watching from too. We want to say a big thank you to all of our broadcast partners as well. In particular, we'd like to say a big thank you to today's golfer, Golf Magic, Women in Golf Magazine, Golf North, Golf South Magazine 2, Golf Asia over in Singapore, and our good friends at India Golf Weekly, unsurprisingly, based in India. So that's going to be James Allen up first.
It's interesting to hear some of the spectators saying you don't want to be taking any chances when you're in the lead, but when you've got that much of a lead, you can take a little bit more of a chance, can't you?
Yeah, you're right, yeah. Final day pins. This one cut well off to the left, isn't it? Oh, what a shot as well. Got a couple of comments coming in as well. Gabby, let's show those on screen for you. As we said, do get your comments in. We can soon. We want to know today, where in the world are you watching from? Are you at home? Are you in the UK? Are you overseas? Are you at work today? We're at work technically, but it's not really work, is it, Gabby? It's not really work, is it?
It's not really work, is it? Is that what the comments are, or?
Get a job, I think is what they're asking me.
Probably me.
I don't want you to stay, Gabby. Oh, wow. Oh, go on. Oh.
Anything
there
you
we
can
go.
do, I can do better, comes to mind for that one.
It's a competition at him, isn't it,
is.
between those two for nearest to pin there. Shame we don't have a nearest to pin sponsor, actually. There we go. Anybody watching this wants to do a nearest to pin sponsor for the PGA EuroPro Tour, we'd be happy to hear from you.
They win you.
Do get in contact, do. We're deadly serious as well. A hole-in-one prize. If there's a car manufacturer in particular watching who would like to sponsor a hole-in-one, we would love to have you along.
There's buggies on reserve at the minute.
Chris Pinn is working from home. Chris, thank you so much for commenting. We'll pop it on screen. He's working from home today. From the garden, I think, Chris, if I was you.
Working really hard, Chris.
It's a proper, almost summer's Friday afternoon in England now, isn't it, in the south of England?
You can't beat an English summer, really, can you? I mean, everyone's desperate to go away now with everything happening because of COVID, but...
We get a nice week, don't we?
We do.
So, Gabby, question, really simple question, and for everybody watching at home as well. Is James Allen going to close this one out?
It's my turn to predict, is it?
Oh, yeah. No sitting on the fence either.
I'm going to say yes. Well, Ian asked me that question. Is James Allen going to close this one out? I'm going to talk to a few people who definitely will probably know the answer to that one. I find myself again. Kit on the course. He wouldn't be called Kit on the course if he wasn't on the course 24/7. Slightly sunburnt, ginger red. Kit, talk to me. What a moment this is.
Yeah,
Is he going to close this one out?
Well, do you know what? It's longer than the other two, but I went and had a look. It's pretty makeable, sort of gradually uphill, so we can be relatively aggressive. Not a huge amount of movement either way. And yeah, just never quite got it rolling. A little bobble early on, which took the pace off it. I'm not sure it was quite getting there anyway, but in his position, pars are never a bad score. Stunning shot in from Ben Jones, really controlling the spin. Looks like he's just going to take his birdie effort before Will Enifer, just to tidy up and get things out of the way. Yeah, second shot deserved it. Starting to get a few fans around the greens as well, not many holes to go.
Every time I blink, they double. Maybe they're fans of you, Kit.
I doubt that, but they've heard you out here, Gabs. They've seen it live and thought, I want to go and see her in person.
Absolutely.
Interesting little run of holes finishing up now. 16 coming up after this. It's a tricky-ish par 3. 17, par 5 is reachable in 2, and then 14, 18 even, really tough tee shot. But if you get it in play, it is a birdieable hole, especially with where the pin is. So there's volatility in these remaining 3 holes.
There's been a few difficult pin positions on this course, hasn't there?
I think certainly the way these guys hit it these days, you know, they're so long that even if you set up a lot of courses in the UK, as long as they can possibly be, if the guys are driving it straight, then they'll give themselves a lot of wedges, so you really need to tuck the pins away to defend it. But it's been a fair setup today because we have seen our fair share of birdies, a few eagles as well, but if you get out of position, you'll be punished.
It's not just the birdies and eagles we've been seeing on the course, let me tell you. We've seen a bit of wildlife following us
Red
around.
kites around.
Red kites and red kits.
I've reapplied my factor 60.
Your mayonnaise on your face.
Factor 60 takes a lot of effort to rub it in, I can tell you that.
You've got a few spectators to help you out now.
Hopefully. James Allen is a little bit left in this. The angle we are, we're almost directly behind him. That tends to foreshorten it a bit. So I think if you're looking head on the camera, there was a little bit of movement in that, nicely finished off. So
He's looking ever so relaxed.
Yeah.
As someone who's at the top, I just know, sometimes you'd think you'd feel a little bit of pressure, but is he hiding it well, or is he, that's just the way he is?
he's chilled. I think, you know, you always hear in golf, you want to have a bit of an even keel. You don't want to let the good stuff get you too up and the bad stuff get you too down. And I think James Allen's doing an excellent job of exhibiting that today as he goes in search of a first EuroPro Tour win.
Okay, well, time to go back to have a look at the leaderboard now to see how everyone's getting on there. We've got the walk-in scoreboard behind me, but let's take a look at the leaderboard. Alan, of course, still at the top there, leading the way, overnight leader, 3 to today. No one seems to be chasing him.
No, they don't, do they, Gabby? And do you know what I'm doing right now?
What are you doing?
I'm TikToking.
You did look like a TikTok, if you ask me. What kind of TikTok are we talking about?
TikTok live. So if anybody watching this right now is a TikToker, head over to the EuroPro page and you can just watch what you're watching right now wherever you're watching this, actually. So I shouldn't worry too much at all. So we're going to make our way now over to 16, aren't we? Whilst we do, let's see if there's any action over at our 18 camera, shall we? Let's head over to the 18th and see if there's any action. Five.
Okay.
Welcome back to 16, everybody. Here we are, and 16th tee. It's a nice little par 3, isn't it? I actually thought, yeah, nice little par 3. So it is Ben Jones on the tee. He's 11 under. We'll earn a fair 11, and it's still James Allen leading the way with a 4-shot lead at 15 under par. We're here at 16th, the par 3. I think we can probably put the yardage on screen for you. In fact, earlier this morning we had a little build-up show to the main event, which is right now. We were at 16 a little bit earlier too, so do go back and watch it. All the content that we've been covering today and throughout the last few days stays where it is. It's the best place to catch it is either Live Sport now on YouTube or the PGA EuroPro Tour YouTube channel. Of course, we are live across Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, LinkedIn, and we've just been doing a bit of TikTok as well. green there, left side. Here is your leader, James Allen. 4-shot lead, 15 under par on the 16th tee. I think it might be just a little bit short of the green. Leon, I don't know if you can pop the camera on. Look at the birds flying up. I don't know anything about birds, but they look like they should be something important to me.
Ian Attenborough.
If anybody's watching and can tell us what those birds are, it won't really mean anything to me, but I'd love to hear. Look at them, fantastic stuff. Look at that. Gabby, I'll hand you the mic and let you go for a little walk.
I'm going to have a little wander actually. I can see a few targets that I'm going to hit who found a nice little spot of incline. Hello gentlemen, I've caught you. You're live, give them a wave. Here we are on the PGA EuroPro Tour site. You found yourselves a good spot there. Who have you come here to see?
We're watching Taylor,
yeah, guys from Harleyford. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so you members of this club then, are you?
Yeah.
Okay, you learning, watching and learning, is that the drill?
I'd like to say so, yeah. No, they are seriously consistent, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Have you been in this spot all day?
No, we've gone around most of the course, to be fair, actually. So.
Okay, been here for the last couple of days as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I caddied for one of the amateurs first round, followed our professional the second round, and then came out for the last.
Okay, you've got yourself a young amateur in this, isn't it? His name's Taylor.
James. Oh, Taylor and James, yeah. Taylor's really young. I think he's turning pro next year, so really strong finish. I think he finished birdie, 17-18, so yeah, really good.
Okay, have you been impressed in what you've seen so far the last couple of days?
Yeah, no, definitely, yeah. And the course is probably the best I've seen in the last couple of years, so yes, it's really
You've got to say that, you're biased, it's your own course.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, I'm depriving you from some of the action there, so you head on, and that's where we'll be going next. We're going to go to the green here and watch the boys putt.
Good stuff, Gabby. I love the way that you just jump in on them. It's great, isn't it?
Got to catch them when they don't know about it. I've got as red as Kit.
Good lads. So the members here, what a great place to be a member at.
It's not bad, is it?
No.
They probably know what them birds are. Should we go and ask them?
They probably do.
They've spotted them before.
So Will Enfield off the back of the green. He's got a bit of work to do here. Look at Ben Jones, probably the happiest out of three there, and I must apologise to James Allen. I thought it was a bit short. I think it has just made the front edge of the green there. It is going to be a very difficult putt for him. You might not be able to see it on the camera, but when I was here earlier this morning for the build-up show, and it's almost a two-tier green here. He's on the bottom half, so he's going to have to go up. And it's looking like it's going to break off to the right too. A very difficult putt to get it close. But it's going to be Will Enfield to go first. I don't think you saw it on the camera, but Ben Jones's trolley bag just went for a run off by itself. He had to go rescue it. Attack of the trolleys. And still work again short for Will Enfield. I think he would have liked to have got that at least another sort of 6 or 7 foot on. I'm going to be very interested to see what James Allen can do from here. He's 4-shot leader. And I think Will Enfield again might just let him off the hook. It'll be twice over the last few holes if he can get it close. Ben Jones is going to putt it from there. He's on the fairway, but he's incredibly close to the holes. Normally when I get within anything remotely near putter worthy, it just comes out. Less risk that way.
Oh yeah. I'll putt at any opportunity I can, to be honest. Chipping's not my vocabulary. Only when you eat them.
They do some good chips here at Harleyford.
They do. I've tested everything else at Harleyford apart from the course.
Let me ask you a question, completely non-golf related.
I love it.
And it's to do with chips.
Right.
My favourite thing to have with chips is gravy. What about you?
Are you from up north?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Vinegar, actually. I'm quite simple. When I have a pancake, it'll be a bit of lemon and sugar. When I have chips, I have a bit of vinegar.
Okay.
Simple creature.
Do you think, as we're both fully grown adults, do you think having ketchup as a fully grown adult is a bit like it's more what kids have? What do you think?
It's just a crushed tomato, isn't it? A bit of sugar.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you'd have a tomato in a burger, wouldn't you?
I love tomatoes, that's why I'm asking, because sometimes I feel like, you know, you're in a restaurant, it's like, should I be asking for ketchup?
I'd say the only time you shouldn't really is when you're in Italy, because I get very insulted. Actually, I insult Italians all the time because I don't like cheese. I know.
Debbie, I didn't know that.
I make up for it in my personality. Cheesy without the cheese.
Oh, I love cheese. I had the bacon and brie panini actually for lunch here today.
Oh, lovely.
Oh yeah, very good.
God, sounds like you've been testing everything out here.
Well, you've got to make the most of it, haven't you?
Absolutely.
It's not every day. It's the final day of the first event of the year on the PGA EuroPro Tour.
There'll be crowds when we get back to the clubhouse in that kitchen. After everyone watching on this live stream, they'll be getting away for their brie sandwich.
I did negotiate a deal for 10% of all profit taken over the bar with Harleyford. I did really. I should have done that.
Anyway, back to the golf.
Back to the golf. And we must apologise to James Allen because it was an incredible putt.
It was.
He's put it close and that might be enough to get the job done, I think, here today. Don't give commentators curse, but unless something goes really awry down 17, 18, he really does have one hand on the trophy, doesn't he?
He's hungry for the win. We're just hungry.
Now we're talking about chips and gravy. Take out 10 and 11, put 17 and 18 in. Let me know when 17's in. Okay, let's go pick Leon, our cameraman, who's been doing a sterling job, hasn't he, Gabby, walking around, following us.
Been getting his steps in, let me tell you.
He certainly has, hasn't he? Whilst we make our way over to quite a crowd forming now, isn't there? Let's just head over to 18, just see if there's anything going on up there. I've been.
Move along.
Right, here we are. Welcome back to 17. Almost time to go. Let's just quickly pop that leaderboard up onto the screen just so you can see how things are looking. It is James Allen. He is closing in on victory here though as we head to 17. It's going to be Ben Jones to tee off first. So what a cracking finish he had. That is the live leaderboard right now. So let's take that down because Ben Jones is about to load up here at 17. Now that tree you can see down there, Gabby, is slap bang in the centre of where they're aiming for as well. It's whoever put a tree there. Although I have a feeling the tree was probably there first.
I was going to say, but I just let you figure it out.
Just let me walk into a hole of my own making.
I'll tell you what, Team Trinifeld here is, and Mr Trinifeld will be pleased that 7 of his players made the cut for this tournament here in the round 2.
Well, we must say it's actually not Will Enifer who's the best performing player at the minute. Matty Lamb is going incredibly well. He's at 12. He's 3 off the lead at the minute, so he's not out of this. He's on. He's just ahead of us, actually, isn't he? So he's got an outside chance. But yeah, we're going to stay with this group because James Allen is looking good. Whilst we make our way actually down 17-2, we can have a closer look at it and have a look at that monstrous tree right slap bang in the middle. So let's roll the flyover VT for hole 17 here at Harleyford Golf Club. So that was a close-up look at the 17th here at Harleyford Golf Club. A big crowd now making their way down. A bit of a developing story. Mr Lamb is in the mix as well at 12 under, 3 off the lead though from James Allen. So it is James Allen in control. You can see him there. He's got the red bag at the back there, no cap on. Will Enifer just ahead of him in the blue cap, and Ben Jones just ahead with the white cap. We've been following this group from the 10th all the way down at the back 9. The buggy just completely decides to block our view there as well, doesn't it? And Gabby managed to get a lift, look. Big thank you to Gabby today. She's been wonderful presenting the coverage, the live coverage today. Wonderful stuff indeed. First ever EuroPro event broadcast live across social media. Again, big thank you to our broadcast partners, the likes of Today's Golfer, we want to say a big thank you to Golf North Magazine, Golf South Magazine, Women and
A bit
Golf.
creepy, GB.
Big thank you to Golf Magic, Golf Unplugged, Golf Asia over in Singapore, India Golf Weekly 2, which won't surprise you to know are based in India. Now, if you like the coverage so far of the EuroPro, want to find out more about the PGA EuroPro Tour, and why on earth wouldn't you? There is a link in the body of this broadcast. It will take you straight through to the EuroPro Tour website. You can get all the information you want, results. You can look at the schedule, what is coming up this season. Well, we do head to Telford next week. The action comes thick and fast. It is a career-defining season for these players on the PGA EuroPro Tour. So Ben Jones 11 under, Will Anifer 10 under, James Allen at 15. Matty Lando at 12, and not letting him get away. They're ahead of us. Gabby, do you know what I'm doing now?
I'm TikToking.
I'm Instagram living now.
Oh gosh, you're just such a millennial. I think Instagram Live here, it's the first live stream for the PGA EuroPro Tour. James Allen, as we're approaching the 17th. Take a look at this.
We're so cool, aren't we?
We're so cool.
Unbelievable.
It's like follow the leader. Look how many people in the crowd there. Got a very steady hand. So do these golfers.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got
so
people
much in
coming
common.
in. I'm going to read some of them out.
Right.
Keep coming in, everybody. Charlie Bell, Lewis Slade, the ones I can read. Michael Hull. The Rich 09 says, "Come on, James." I can tell you he's doing very well. The Rich 09. Chris Hicks there. Thai kickboxing have joined. Warbs 92.
I'll tell you what, Thai kickboxing. I've just come back from Thailand. I did a bit of Muay Thai.
Have you really?
Great fitness. So,
I've, just
give it
let
a
you
go.
know, Gab, I've only ever said really nice things about you. You know, just know that.
He's scared of me. I feel like I should give James a helping hand there and be his caddy maybe.
Yeah.
Step in.
We spoke about crowd a little bit earlier, didn't we? Look at it now. It's quadrupled in size from earlier.
Where
it
are
really
they coming
has.
from? Where are they coming from?
They've just.
On the charging Matty Lamb.
Yes, actually, he was 12 a minute ago. Where is he now?
Matty Lamb went birdie, 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 eagled the 17th but he's just put his tee shot out of bounds up the right of 18.
Did he get to 14, right? I think he got to 14.
Yeah, he was 12 under playing 17.
Yep.
Got to 14 within one of James Allen, and then carnage on the 18th. It was an incredible run.
Well, we do have a camera rigged up at the 18th green, so we'll head to that shortly whilst we make our way down. Thank you so much for that, by the way, Kit. We appreciate that so much.
The driving updater. Thank you.
So, Matty Lamb. Any transfer gossip for us? Yeah, well, that's incredible, isn't it? Matty Lamb, he was at 12, wasn't he? Got to 14 and he just stuck it out of bounds. Oh, no, what a shame that is. Of course, I don't think James Allen will know that, so he'll probably just keep going on, and that's probably going to hand the victory really to James unless something crazy happens. But we just saw it there, actually. Matty Lamb put it out of bounds at 18, so it's not a done deal yet, is it? Do you know what? I don't think they do. I've been fortunate enough to spend quite a lot of time around the golfers, and I can tell you something. I don't know how to do it, because by the time we get to about 14th, I'm sort of thinking about having a pint. But these players don't. They just...
about the 19th hole.
They just literally... I mean, when I get to the club, I'm thinking about the 19th hole. They just keep going, and it's such a psychological game, isn't it, when you're out on a course for 4 or 5 hours or so? It really is. So here is Will Enifer. Again, short, isn't it? It's suffered that last few holes, really.
Time. Here we are. You'll have an interview. Absolutely. You're lingering back here.
Yeah.
One, your drink is empty, which is a massive shame. But a lot of interesting things to see here. How have you enjoyed your day?
They're hitting the ball fantastically. Yeah, really good. Yeah, best man wins.
Sure.
Yeah. 120 yards, it's fantastic.
Is this your home club? Have you
Yeah, it is,
in
yeah.
particular?
No, we've just sort of had a couple of beers, and on the 17th thought we'd follow them in.
You know, as to what you would do in this situation.
Yeah,
exactly what they was doing. Off the tee. Nah.
I can't see your eyes.
Give us half a chance.
Sorry.
No, they're incredibly strong players here, but everyone was complimenting how beautiful your course is. It's in great nick, isn't it?
It's in fantastic nick, yeah. They've done a fantastic job, the greenkeepers, and spent a lot of money by all accounts, so yeah, delighted with it.
Yeah, and how great is this tour really for your club? How do you think?
Well, he's not a member, so I'll have to answer that
you
one.
have to answer that one.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It just gives us a good exposure, and let's hope we continue to be able to host it.
Absolutely. First event of the season. It's not bad to be here, is it, really?
That's fantastic. Really enjoying it.
I might sign up myself.
Yeah, do. Come along.
Thank you for the invitation.
I bet you're brilliant at golf as well, aren't
Yeah, just as good as I am talking about it. It's great to hear from the spectators. Most of them are members here at Harleyford Golf Club. They know the course quite well, but they can't play it as well.
No. They're having a good time though, aren't they? Look, beer in hand, beautiful. Oh my word.
Look at that.
Wow. Do you know what, if it wasn't for those, he had back-to-back bogeys, and if he hadn't done that, a different story, but he did, and he moves to 13. That is an eagle then for Ben Jones, and he's now only 2 off the lead as we go to 18, but of course, James Allen still to go.
What is it about eagles in 17, eh?
Glad we got one. Where do you play, Gabby? Where's your course?
Actually, I haven't really got one, to be honest. I just play where I'm invited. Played mostly at Centurion, actually. It's quite funny.
Really?
Things when I started working in golf, I've been invited to play a lot of pro-ams, so a lot of people who work within TV are like, you've just started playing, how do you get invited to play at the nicest courses? When you normally start, you're meant to be playing at the rough courses, but no. I've raised a bar now, I can't go beneath it.
Yeah, no, I've certainly done it the other way to you.
Where do you play?
Well, I don't belong to a club anymore, but I played Weldon the other day in Alton, which was nice. I played up at San Martin's at Finch Hampstead for a while, which is a very nice place.
How do you play? What do you play off?
Not like these.
No.
I play off 20.
I played in a charity golf day a couple of weeks ago. We were talking about trolleys, one having a little sail down the green, but I won myself an electric one.
Oh wow!
I know.
Congratulations!
Thank you so much. But everyone's calling me a bandit. I play off 36. Actually, I thought I played off 54. I was getting booze, and the funny thing is, I had to actually present the prizes, and I had to present it to myself. It was a lovely surprise.
Did you have a speech prepared?
I couldn't. No one could hear me over the booze. Bandit. Honestly. People are just jealous, aren't they?
Right, and so we head to 18.
Final hole.
Whilst we head to 18, we're actually going to head to the 18 camera as well. There's a few people on the green. I wonder if it might be Matty Lamb. Let's head there now whilst we make our way down to the 18th tee box. You're back live, Gabby. for the mic, Gabby, couldn't find it. Right, we're going to make our way down. I'm awfully sorry, I'm going to have to give my cameraman a lift down if that's okay. Sorry about that, but we're going to make our way down 18. Whilst we head down 18, we can get a closer look actually at what is at stake for these players with a nice little flyover. So let's roll the 18th flyover VT. So that's how the 18th is going to be played here and how it looks. The leaderboard on the screen, as you can see, Matty Lamb has finished. That was the story, though. He's 12 under par. He eagled 17 to get within one shot of the lead, stuck it out of bounds off for his drive off the 18th tee. What a shame that was. He's finished at 12. So really it is between James Allen, who's at 15, and Ben Jones at 13. He had two costly mistakes, didn't he, which cost him... which might end up costing him quite dearly. I can see Kit's over here. If Kit's over here, that means something interesting happened, hasn't it, Gabby?
Absolutely, we're going to find him. Whenever he starts talking to the camera, you know he's got something to say, although he's got something to say a lot of the time.
He certainly
Kit
has,
on the course?
hasn't he? Yeah, I can see a ball just in front of us too. I wonder if we can get Kit to talk to us, Gabby. Do you want to see if he'll have a chat?
Yeah, okay. We're actually going to go to Kit on the course and we're going to get Kit on camera, because that's where he belongs. Kit, wherever you are on the course, you seem to have something quite interesting to say. I better watch out because the ball's nearby. This is quite a crucial moment, isn't it?
Absolutely, two-shot lead for James Allen. So one hand on the trophy, especially after getting that tee shot away. That's the dangerous bit of this hole, really. 177 yards he's now got to the pin. It's downwind, so it's going to play a fair bit shorter. And he's in the rough, but it's a nice lie, so he won't have to worry too much. Going straight over the top of that tree, pretty much. It's not really going to be in his thoughts at all.
He's looking for a ref right now. Is there one inside?
So he's looking for a ref. I just spoke to one.
So it's James here, and he's looking for a ref because he's asking about this line, but this is an actual old line, so I think he is safe. So Kit stood in as the ref this time out.
Well, it's very fortunate because I just had that exact conversation with the ref before he drove a bit further down the hole, because I was wondering when I came over. So there was a big tree that used to be here. That came down in some storms, I think, so there's a little bit of damage to the area because of that. So it has been marked previously as GUR. It's an old line. He'd be entitled to relief if he was on one of these bare patches that's still just suffering from where that tree came down, but as it is, there's plenty of grass there. It's lying absolutely fine, so he'll play it from there.
Thank goodness you're here to save the day, eh? What would we do without him? We've got to talk a little bit about Ben Jones as well. Obviously at Eagle on 17, he's back in contention now.
Yeah, it's been a real roller coaster for him, up and down. You know, there's been times in the round where it's felt like it was slipping away from him, but then just when it looked like there was no hope, he'd pull out a good shot and come back into it. So only 2 shots off the lead. It's really between Jones and Allen at this point. Of course, Allen heavy favourite with that 2-shot advantage and having got his tee shot in play, but you know, it's never easy to win, so we never say never. And Ben Jones has absolutely split the fairway with a fantastic tee shot as well. He's not going to have a log club in his hand.
It's a big enough trophy they could share. Right, we're going to focus on this now, because this is where the important piece of play is happening.
To me, but it did have a little bit of a bounce to the left when it landed. The pin is more towards the right side of the green from this angle, so we can't quite see where that's come down. It's not going to be too far away from the putting surface if it's not on it. Will Enifer next to play over from the left-hand rough as well, but a little bit further up. Slightly better angle. And that looks pretty good. And now really, this has to go in tight for Ben Jones, you think. He's got to make a birdie here to put the pressure on. And if he can knock it in tight, that means that Alan will know that birdie is an opportunity for Jones before Alan plays his third. Can't be anything more than a flick with a wedge here, really. Might just have that tree creeping into his thoughts, though. Oh, he's gone right of the trees, gesturing for it to get back from right to left. It's just right of the pin. Can't quite tell on the distance from here, as we say, but he might well have a birdie chance.
Thank you, Kit, for that bit of insight. Time to now follow to head over to the 18th green to see the last little bit of action.
So great stuff there, Gabby, again by Kit, wasn't it? So we head towards the clubhouse now. There it is in the background, and the closing stages of the Cubefunder Shootout here. First event on the PGA EuroPro Tour. If you like what you've seen so far, and why on earth wouldn't you want to click through to the EuroPro website? There is a link in the body of this broadcast. We head to Telford for the next event next week, and you can see that live as well, I'm delighted to say too. So plenty more live golf to be bringing you on the EuroPro. The galleries are forming now. It has a major feel to it, doesn't it, Gabby?
Absolutely. It's the world's leading development tour. Obviously, as I mentioned at the start, at the top of the show, Tyrrell Hatton's home course. He, of course, was a member of the PGA EuroPro Tour, and he's gone on to big things. So
he went through the ranks quickly, didn't he, Tyrrell? I think after earning his Challenge Tour card through EuroPro. In his first season, I think he got his full European Tour card, didn't he?
How much of an inspiration is that to these players?
They'll all be looking to repeat exactly the same, won't they?
Oh, it's a great shot. You can hear the crowd there. Everyone's pleased with what they see. Back with Kit. Of course, you're right by the green. How's things looking now?
Always in the action, Gabs, you know me. So, lovely little chip from Enifer there. James Allen a little bit shy with his, so work to do for his four. And Ben Jones, interesting to see, it's the putter in hand. He's a good 2 or 3 paces off of the green into the apron. So getting this to roll out on his intended line requires a fair bit of luck. We've seen a bit of the good, the bad and the ugly from his chipping today though, so he has tended to reach for the putter if that's been an option off the edges of the greens.
Okay. He's looking to play it a little bit safe.
I mean, if he's looked at the big leaderboard behind us, he knows he's 2 shots behind. He requires a birdie and James Allen to drop a shot for him to force a playoff. There can't be anything in his mind right now but holding this.
Needs a little bit.
And I think that's just the putter out of that amount of fringe, so hard to hit it hard enough to carry the momentum onto the green. As you said, that was the safe play. If he was really looking to hold it, you've got to be reaching for a wedge and chipping from there.
I think I'm just talking through my experience, Kit. I'm not good at chipping, as you've seen.
You're very good at everything else though.
Oh.
So
just golf for.
Definitely golf. James Allen, now with Ben Jones not holding that, has 2 putts for the win. He coases that one down to the hole side. He's going to tap it in. That is going to be victory for James Allen in the Cubefunder Shootout. Great scenes around the green. Still a little bit of business to conclude for Will Enifer and Ben Jones, though, his playing partners. Enifer with about 3.5 feet back, slightly uphill for his par here. Job done for Will Enifer on 18. Not the day he would have wanted, a 2 over par round, but enough for 5th place on his own.
I feel comfortable playing the last, but no, I'm really pleased. I hung in there. There was a few tricky times in the middle of the back 9, and then obviously Ben been in that 30-footer on 17 as well, just to add to it a little bit. But no, it was really good.
Fast start